Hey everybody, Tommy with Elevation Every Weekend here. I want to do a little bit of a different kind of video today, and it's something that's been on my mind for a while. And what it is it's some ideas on how to refresh a bike that you've had a while, maybe tired with, getting bored with, some things to do that you can really kind of recharge it, change it up, and change up your riding and your enthusiasm for that bike. Because the bike industry is always, advancing and putting out new models every year and the latest, greatest thing, and things are updating, it's really easy to fall into the trap always feeling like you need or at least want a new bike constantly. I know I certainly do. Whether you're on a tight budget and only have maybe one bike and you can't really afford more than that, or maybe you have accumulated some bikes over time, the idea of adding another bike is just not reasonable. Here's some ideas that I think you can apply to your bike to really kind of refresh the bike's use or its capability, or certainly your enthusiasm for it. So the bike I have here is actually my oldest bike that I currently own. It's a 2010 Giant TCX2. It is a cyclocross bike, and at the time it was a pretty good bike. It was about $1,000 bike back in 2010. At the time it was a high-end aluminum frame, so all their cyclocross TCX bikes had this exact same frame, but they had different build levels on them with the wheels and the drivetrain and all those things. So this is a good solid bike. It is still super tight and super solid. The last few years I've been using it as a road bike, so I kind of did this same thing a few years ago when I put some smaller, more road-oriented tires on it for more pavement-oriented riding, and it definitely changed it up and made it much more enjoyable for that. However, now these days I'm riding a lot more dirt roads, a lot more gravel. This bike really is suited and dialed for that type of riding. However, because I have the smaller, less grippy tires on it, I'm thinking about switching back. So because I'm not riding so much pavement and I'm not really riding this bike much, and I want to, I am going to do a switch to some larger, more gravel appropriate tires, and that should completely change up the capability and the enjoyment I get from this bike. So just to give you a quick overview of where this bike stands now, it actually, when I bought it brand new, it had 32 millimeter wide tires on it. They were gravel specific. However, what I have on there right now are 28 millimeter wide, and again, they're definitely more road oriented tires. They do have some durability. They're the Continental Gator skins, so they do have some additional, a little more robust in the casing, and they have been very durable. I've had no flats, no issues with these tires, but they are smaller in volume, and there's virtually no tread. So for dirt and gravel, especially on the more aggressive side of things or for longer rides, they're not really suited for that. Sometimes I will connect a route with a dirt or a little stretch of dirt road or some slight modest gravel. They do fine. Like I said, they're durable. They're just not comfortable due to the smaller volume, and the traction is just not where it needs to be. So the tires I did buy, I'm actually going to go up in size above what it came with stock, which was, like I said, 32 millimeter. I bought a set of 35 millimeter small block 8s. They are a fast rolling tire. I have had them on before. They work well. They do wear out pretty quick, so we'll see how they hold up on that front. But again, I was riding a lot of pavement with them, which definitely wears tires down more than a dedicated road tread tire. So because my intent is to do primarily dirt and gravel with minimal pavement, hopefully that'll make a difference as far as them not wearing as fast as I've experienced in the past. Okay, we're gonna just cut to a quick time lapse of me installing the new tires. Nothing really to see there. Once they're on, we'll give you a good look at them. Okay guys, got the tires on, got them aired up at the high side of the range. I'm gonna let them sit for a little bit. Might ride it up and down the road a little bit just to make sure everything's seating and everything. I did use tubes again. Maybe in the future I'll try a tubeless conversion on this bike. I'm not really sure, as old as these wheels are, how they would take to that, and the higher pressures that be required for these size tires and wheels. But for about less than $100, I was able to get 2 brand new tires, put them on. They will significantly change the characteristics of this bike from more the road bike feel with the road tires to being more of a pure cross gravel bike, which is what I intend to use it for. The volume and the traction and being able to run a little bit lower air pressure will make the bike much more comfortable, much more capable, and should really change my enjoyment level for this bike. So it's an example on how you can spend a reasonably modest sum of money, put some new tires on your bike, and whether your bike is road focused and you want to make it a little more dirt focused, or whether you have heavy aggressive tires on whatever bike you're talking about now and it's for, you know, mountain biking or whatever, and if you want to put something lighter, more cross-country or road-oriented on it, again, it can really change your enjoyment and characteristics of your bike, and maybe buy you some time for another year or two, as far as, you know, before you really need to invest in maybe that next new bike or different style of bike, something like that. I'm going to do this as part of a series, I think. So this is kind of the most budget-friendly, easiest way to do it, which is just swapping out tires. Next up, I'm going to be doing some work on the Surly Pugs. It'll include some of the same things like new tires, probably a tubeless setup, and I may do a few other things as well to that. Again, just to, some of it will be more aesthetic, maybe just looks, but most everything will at least have some performance benefit as well. First off, we're just going to start with this one and see what happens. We'll do some update videos with this bike. So hopefully you found it a useful concept and you can apply it to your own bike one way or the other. If you did find it useful, please subscribe to the channel. Lots more to come. Please drop a like down below, and if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, leave those down below. I respond to all my comments, so I'll definitely get back to you on that. So thanks a lot and have a great day. Gonna go take it for a ride.